Emergency live stream. Emergency live stream. God, I should have named it emergency live stream. Drama, drama, drama. Shit. What's up, Cynthia? How you doing? How's it going, Cynthia? Happy Tuesday. Yeah, Bobby. Look, do an emergency live stream on something that's actually important in the gig world, and nobody's coming in. But you do it on something crazy, everybody wants to come in. What's up, Alamo City Dame? How's it going, man? Sweet, sweet, sweet. So how you been? Remember the Alamo? Everything been good? Hey, Tommy, what's up? So yeah, we're gonna do an emergency live stream. Emergency live stream on tip baiting and anything else that comes up. It'll probably go all sideways. You guys will know how that goes. We're waiting on a special guest, Bobby himself. Since he was the current victim, so we're waiting on our special guest, Bobby. We'll get his take on the current situation. Maybe everybody's working. Maybe they're busy out there today. They're like, no more emergency live streams. So how you been, Tommy? You out there working? Getting busy? Emergency live stream on tip baiting. Let's go, people. Let's go. Let's talk about it. We got to talk about this tip baiting thing and what could be done about it. Or has anybody even tried to do anything about it? Like, you know, has any of these larger gig tubers with some kind of influence in the community, have they even tried to do something about it? Do they just talk about it or have they tried to do something about it? That's the question. That is the question. Oh, the hell? Come on, Bobby. We're waiting on you, Bobby. We're waiting on Bobby. Drone days. I would be very pissed if somebody did that to me. Yes, drone days. But yes, that is kind of roguish. But the question is anybody tried to yeah, it's another one, man. Might as well fuck do them. Let's get it. This one's on tip baiting. Because our friend Bobby got tip baited again. And so we had to do an emergency live stream, get a take on it, see what's going on, see what gig tubers in this community that have a little bit of influence has done to curb this tip baiting situation. Has anything been done? You know what I'm saying? So, has anybody? Oh, you're out fishing? Nice. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Bobby got tip baited again. I thought you said you were out fishing. My bad. It was your name. But yeah, gotta see if anybody's doing anything to curb this situation. Yeah, no shit, right? Shit, and it was, yep. Yeah, that would not be cool. And that's what's sad, dude, is they do it knowing that you got their address, bro. Think about that. They know you ripped them off and they know you have their address. That's fucking crazy, bro. That takes big ass balls, man. I wonder how many people have ever went back and fucked somebody's shit up for doing that. Whenever there's that there. So, oh, nice. Yeah, I'm not sure how often it happens, but you know it's an Airbnb. Yeah, you probably let the ice cream melt, so they pulled their tips. But that's what I'm saying. Like you're leaving the addresses there, knowing that you know what I'm saying. Yeah, no, that's good. Well, at least they're doing that. But the question is, should they even allow it in the first place? You know, supposedly you're contractors, right? You're accepting a contract between the company and the customer. So technically, would you consider them allowing people to take away their tips? Because let's say how many people don't even call, and they just take it on the chin, you know? Would that be considered a breach of contract between you and the customer and the company? How would you think that? That might be Rodeo might be a good one for this, but I don't know if anybody wants to come up. I put the link, so you almost wonder if it's a breach of contract of some kind that they allow that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's see who. Oh, there he is. Bubba, our man of the hour. Bubba. Oh shit! Did I kick you out? What the fuck, dude? Why is my phone not being? Why is my phone being fucking stupid? Oh, Jesus Christ, man. No, you're on the add to the stream. There he is. Oh, maybe he can't get on. I don't know. Customer breached the contract technically. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's got to fall in some range of that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I don't know which Bobby to put in. We'll put the Bobby in. Bobby.
All right, kick out the one that just says B. There you
go. Oh, okay, got it.
That's I couldn't get in. Whatever, it is what it is. That damn phone, man. So what's up?
Okay. Tip baiting.
Go ahead.
Tip baiting controversy. Now, my question to you is, do you see the address of the person that tip baited you?
Yes.
So
Now, do I
that
see
would
it
be
now? No.
well.
Afterwards, no.
Oh, okay, but you know what address it is, right?
Yeah, so now obviously if it ever happens in the future, I believe I can see the address before accepting. I don't want to say for sure though. Now once I accept it, yes, I can see the address. So obviously I won't go there again. So
But you remember the
um
address. You remember the address that did it to you, right?
oh god, yeah. Yes.
See what I'm saying? Damn, don't you think that puts them in danger for doing something stupid like that? And you piss off the wrong driver?
Yes, but I get that, but obviously, like in the end of the day, it is what it is. But I'm not gonna like go do some stupid shit. I'm not. It's not worth ruining a good thing because there's one ignorant fucktard out there, and I'm sure there's more just like them who are just inconsiderate, selfish douchebags. Now, obviously, we can't sit there and say that the company's not to blame because they're 50% responsible for allowing it to begin with. Um, but it was more like I said, I'm not even mad. It's just more like how someone can let someone do all that work, go through all that for them, and then to just pull it and not even give any fucks.
Doesn't that that falls on the company for allowing them to do it in the first place, right? So if
Oh
the
yeah, 100%.
customer, yeah. So my question is, does it fall? Being that you're supposed to be, I'll use your guys' term, independent contractors.
I
Pretty
knew
much,
this was going to get brought up.
pretty much, you're accepting a contract that's given to you under this amount of money. You go and do the
Yep.
job, and then the company turns around and allows the contract to be breached. Wouldn't that technically fall under a breach of contract situation for you guys?
Yes,
That
but I mean, the solution to that would be what? Like sue the company? I mean,
yeah,
obviously.
yeah,
But
exactly.
even let's say I did that, right? Let's say
Mm-hmm.
hypothetically I was like, you know what? I'm tired of this shit. I'm gonna do that. It would cost me so much money and effort, and then all the lawyers they have, they'll probably find a way to weasel out of it and use it as a well. We do say that customers have 24 hours, so I'm
Yeah, but
sure that there's a way.
well, that's what I'm saying. But isn't there a way to not have to worry about paying out of your pocket? There's news channels out there, that your local news channels, that you could get a group of drivers that have been tip baited to get it on the news and put the companies in the spotlight, that they're allowing customers to take advantage of the drivers in such a way that, you know what I'm saying? That can be done, right?
I'm not educated enough on that kind of subject, so I don't want to speak on something that I'm not. I don't want to just speak out of my ass. I'm sure there is. Like I said, the reality is that 75 to 80% of customers are good, genuine people who don't do scummy shit like that. So it's like, this might happen once every couple hundred deliveries, so it's not really worth me making a big uproar over. At least me personally. Um, it is what it is. I did call, just an update. I did go back and call Walmart, because in the past I was told that Walmart had some sort of an insurance policy in place in the event that I believe it was anything over a $10 tip. They told me that does not apply. So I don't know if I was just misinformed to begin with, or if that's something they removed. They basically told me they couldn't do anything for me. I'm SOL, which I kind of expected. But they
Yeah.
did allow me to file a complaint against the customer. That way, if another driver complains about the same thing, supposedly they'll put a flag on their record. I don't know. They might have just said something to get me off the phone.
Yeah,
Who
exactly.
really knows? But I at least wanted to make the effort because I do believe, on Uber, according to Brandon, and I've heard other people say that they've called in the past when it's happened to them and they've gotten the money. So
Yeah.
I guess it's company specific. I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Ken? But should it be your responsibility to call the customer or call the company every time you get fucked? Like, shouldn't it be the companies be made aware that this is a huge problem? Because I'm sure it's a huge problem. May not be to you, or it happens on rare, but I'm sure it happens all to hundreds, if not thousands, of drivers every day. So my second question, Bobby, is some of these gig tubers that have influence on YouTube, instead of talking about stuff, should they start putting more actions into their words when it comes to these companies versus just blabbering on YouTube about shit?
I mean, the correct answer would be yes. However, I don't want to tell someone else how to run their own channel or do whatever. I mean, they do or say whatever they want. Um, I mean, it is what it is. But I'm not going to go to somebody and be like, hey, your content's wrong. This is how you should do it. Because I mean, who am I to tell somebody how to do their own shit, But
No,
if someone has a large enough influence, should they possibly be able to use their influence to help people? I guess. But I mean, I don't know. I'm not informed enough. I'm clearly not anything of relevance on YouTube. So
yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not saying their content that has nothing to do with their content. I'm just saying as gig YouTubers and people who have a higher influence, should they, or the people that constantly complain about these situations and things that are going on, should they not start putting it to work? Like let's say California, where they introduced the legislation and got all that shit going for the Prop 22 situation. Shouldn't more of these guys that preach about they're out here for the drivers actually start showing something other than YouTube videos that they're about helping the drivers, in your opinion?
I mean, that would be nice, and I would love that. But I mean, that has to be their decision. I can't speak for someone else. But yeah, that would be awesome. But it's like, I mean, honestly, like we've heard all YouTubers say that what is it, less than 1% of drivers are actually even on YouTube. So would it really make that much of a difference to begin with? I mean, it is. I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah. Well, if you want to come in, Rodeo, you can. But but see, there's other ways of going about it. Like I said, Rodeo, there's other ways to go about it. You can get your local news channels involved. We see it all the time. We see stories about Ubers and Lyfts and this and that on the local news. Why not start getting a group of, if you have a group or whatever in your city, why not start getting the media involved? Start bringing up these topics that we as drivers have constantly complained about, and the company has just pushed this aside. Why not start bringing that to the spotlight via the news and all that stuff?
I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it's just I'm not trying to create a huge uproar over something that, like, if there was proof that, like, let's say hypothetically, like remember years ago when DoorDash got sued or whatever. If there's a way to actually prove and have enough evidence to support that they're doing something that is illegal, or that you can prove they're stealing your tips, then yeah. But this is just like a case of one bad apple in a bunch of 30 good apples. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. I'm not trying to make an uproar. It's stupid, but I will give credit to certain apps, right? Like Instacart. I know Steve hates Instacart. I know you're listening, but sorry. Instacart's a good app, money making for me. Instacart years ago had a similar situation where it was 24 or 48 hours, I believe, and they changed it to an hour. Is it perfect? No. But is it a lot better? Yes. So, they did improve. Now, I don't know if Walmart ever will, because they probably don't care. But the reality is it shouldn't happen. It shouldn't exist, right? And I actually thought of like an example. So let's say Roy, right? I don't want to speak for you, so if I'm wrong, just tell me. But I would say you still probably get tips on the app, right? I know you've been showing a lot of cash tips, but I'm sure people do tip before, right?
No,
so
I don't get tips. I don't get tips on my apps. I either get my credit card tips or I get cash tips.
Well, that's what I meant. Like you get, like when somebody orders online, they'll do like an online tip, and then I assume that goes to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know immediately when they tip. It don't matter.
Yeah, so you can see ahead of time prior to doing that delivery. Can you see
Yeah.
the tip?
Yes.
Okay. So imagine like you had a customer that left, say, a $10 tip, right? And
Uh-huh.
you did everything they asked. You were super polite. Pizza was hot.
Uh-huh.
Got there on time. And then as soon as you got back to the store, that $10 tip was just gone. You'd probably be upset, right?
Well, yeah, but our company doesn't allow that to happen.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I wish, but imagine if it did, right? So if it did, it would be upsetting, but it wouldn't be enough to make a big fuss because it's going to happen once every blue moon. You know, it's rare. I would say less than 1% of the time that it's happened to me.
Yeah, but
Should
we're
it be allowed? No.
yeah, but we got to look at it as a collective and not just as an individual thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it happened to you. How many other people do you think it might have happened to yesterday besides you?
Oh, I mean, I'm sure there are thousands of people that go through this on the daily that obviously we don't know about. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm
So,
not the only one,
yeah.
but
And,
it's shameful, but
and rodeo,
it
when you
happens.
say rodeo, when you say gig giants have contracts, have you attempted to contact? Have you made an attempt to contact any media outlets to give your to have a complaint about anything or anything like that? Because we've seen stories where they do get put in the news. You know, tip baiting part of the job, like cops can get shot daily. We get tip baiting. Yeah, but see, Necro, you're considered a contractor. So technically, in my opinion, if you accept a contract, you should be paid in full for that contract you accepted. So you're pretty much being your contract is being breached either by first by the customer and second by the company because they're allowing customers to breach the contracts. So there's got to be something.
Yes, that is. I do believe. Now, obviously, like I said, I don't know all the technical legal mumbo jumbo, but it does sound to me like that would be considered a breach of contract. But then again, like I haven't read every single word of a terms of service. It could be
Yeah.
written in there that says, "Hey, we allow this," and then you shit out of luck. So I don't know. I don't.
Well, we know they put all that shit in terms of service anyways, just because it covers their ass.
Like for example, today when I signed on to DoorDash, I had to accept the new terms of services.
Oh,
So
really? No.
did I read it? I mean, I'm gonna be honest, no. But it's chances are it's gonna be the same mumbo jumbo. You can't sue us, blah blah blah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing would do damage to jump. And to be completely honest, Roy, like, as a driver, it sounds weird to say this, but these companies make me a lot of money, and I'm lucky enough to be in a situation where the majority of the time, for what I do, which is considered really simple and basic and level, what is it, entry level at best, I'm lucky that I can make the money that I make. So it's kind of like, do I really want to bite the hand that feeds me over something that is incredibly rare? While frustrating, yes, but it's like, I make a lot of money and I'm able to provide for my family, so I have nothing negative to say. I don't want to like push my limits, I guess. I know that sounds stupid, but it's like, I make a lot of money off of these apps, so I'm trying to figure out how to word it. It's just like,
Yeah, without sounding selfish, yes. How could you word that without sounding selfish?
right. I make a really good living off of these apps, and I'm very fortunate and blessed that they have completely changed my financial life, I would say. So, if I have to deal with a couple of stupid things along the way, then it is what it is. I mean, every job in life, nothing's ever going to be perfect. You're always going to deal with some bullshit.
So comparing the new contract to the previous one, it actually let's see, hold on, it paired. See, And a lot out of the contract went from, they did change quite a bit in the terms of service. Rodeo said things did change. It looks like, it looks like error places a phrase. They eliminated the mutual arbitration provision completely, but then in the following, you're gonna have to do a video on this, like Rodeo, since you know all this. Following section mention the mutual arbitration, and it's like you're trying to cut the hand that feeds you, Bobby.
See, that's what I'm trying to say, Alex. It's like I'm trying to word it like it would be like, imagine you have I'm using metaphorical, of course, but like imagine that you were not able to feed yourself, right? And you had to physically have someone do it for you. And picture that without that one person, you would starve, right? So if are you gonna bite that hand off and then starve to death, all because they gave you green beans when you wanted Brussels sprouts? I know that's a really stupid reference, but like,
Well, it
it's
is
the
what
best
it is.
I can come up with. But it's the best I can come up with right now.
Well, I'm just. There's got to be a way to alleviate the situation.
I don't know. I don't have the answer to that, and I don't want to start making stuff up because like I said, I'm not educated enough in news and politics and contracts and all that. So I don't want to speak out my ass on something I don't know anything about.
I see. They're taking stuff out that makes it look like they're dictating more. Yeah. See. Well, yeah, something's gonna bite them in the ass sooner or later. All right. Well, I just wanted to see what everybody's take on that is, because like it seems to be a problem, and to me, it seems like it'll only get worse. It's one of those situations that's only going to get worse. So.
I mean, the thing about this particular kind of work, and I'm not going to call it 1099 or IC because I know how you feel. I'm just going to be quiet on that. I'm not about to get into a back and forth about that. But the thing is that if you know how to make your money and you know your market well enough, you also have to be aware that these are businesses that are designed to make money and not give a fuck about me or you or anybody else except their investors and their bottom line. So they're going to continuously do things to fuck with us all the time that makes them more money. That's just the reality. That's any business. It's any corporation. The successful ones will find ways to get around that, and the other ones will just fade out.
Okay, so now I'm going to use your words against you on that.
Okay.
Then why does everybody get so mad when other states have went and did what they've wanted to get the benefits that they want, such as Prop 22 and other states and that? And that's why did then if it doesn't bother you, you're willing to deal with it. Then why do people hate on these other states that get together, the drivers get together and fight for what they think is fair? Why is there a hatred for them if it doesn't? If you're just going to do it because you want to do it, you don't care, it doesn't bother you, then why do people hate on the people that aren't willing to sit back and let shit happen to them and do something about it? Why do you think there's a hate for that then?
Well, again, this is just speaking for myself. I don't live in California or anywhere that has Prop 22 or anything similar, so I have never read anything about it. I've only gone based off of, explanations and hearsay from people that do live there. My issue, and I've said this from the jump, is not about Prop 22 specifically, because it sounds like it's the thing to benefit the drivers, right? And anything that benefits the drivers, I have no complaints. My issue specifically is I'm looking at the bigger picture here. And anytime, I think most people that have any sort of small common sense know that anytime government gets involved, even if it sounds on paper like, hey, they're here to help you, at the end of the day, they're here to help themselves. So at some point, it's like they're going to give you an inch and they're going to take a mile. You get what I'm saying? So like, let's say right now they're like, oh, we're gonna hook you up and we're gonna make it seem like we take care of you, and then eventually they're going to do something that kind of nullifies it and makes it almost pointless. It's just it's. I'm not trying to sound like a conspiracy theorist or anything, but I don't trust that they're going to look out for my best interest long term. I have to look out for myself.
What's up, Ghost Cab? Yeah. Yeah, they need that. Yeah, exactly, Trout. DoorDash is the one company that doesn't allow that tip. Take it out. Shit.
And I will say this, and I was thinking about that before I came up here. You know, I think I bust on DoorDash a lot, and I mean everybody that's seen shorts and videos knows that I give them a lot of help more than any other app. But I got to give them their due. That's the one thing that they got right as of now, and I don't see any other app that, as far as the food apps, the main ones, that maybe Grubhub. I'm not sure if they can pull it or not on Grubhub. I don't know, but they got that right, and I wish the other ones would follow suit on that because that's one thing that they've never allowed, and I appreciate that. So.
Okay, then we're gonna think on conspiracy level for a minute. You said you're not about that, but we're gonna speak on it. When you say you don't want the government to get involved, well, it's not the federal government. It's done through state government. So, do you feel that? So, what do you think the state could later on down the road screw you over about if you were to get, let's say, something like Prop 22? What could the state do to you that you think that it would be to your advantage?
I think that, and again, like I said, we're speaking on hypotheticals. I don't have any knowledge. I'm not educated. This is just an opinion. I think that once they do that, right? So right now, they're saying, I don't understand how Prop 22 works, so I'm just going to put that on the side for a minute. But what they could do is they could slowly force the apps to tweak things to eventually make us straight up W-2, which I don't want any part of. And they could do that. They could tweak it every couple of years and say, oh, well, you know, right now, what is it? I believe the Prop 22, I use an example. I believe it's like something, again, I don't fully understand it, but it's kind of like they pay you for your active time, I believe, if that's correct. Regardless of what the payout is, I believe it's like some sort of percentage of the minimum wage in that area, I believe. Does anybody know? I don't want to misspeak, but so let's say they're starting off by saying, oh, well, we're going to force these companies to have to pay them at least minimum wage. And then it's going to be, oh, well, now you can only work X amount of hours. And now you're going to have X amount of acceptance rate to stay on the platform. I just see it just falling down a rabbit hole that I don't want to even be a part of.
Okay. Then we'll take your state, Louisiana, for example. You don't have nothing that state involved as far as DoorDash. Have you not noticed that DoorDash themselves are implementing things to make you closer to a W-2 employee than technically you're supposed to be? Do you not see that from the apps?
I mean, it depends on what you're referring to because
we've had arguments about that. Your AR has to be a certain level in order for you to get certain types of orders. If you want to be able to dash anytime you want, which technically, if you're an independent contractor, you should be able to dash anytime you want. You have to have a certain AR, or you have to wait until whenever during the day to be able to do it instead of being able to go on it whenever you want. And you know what I'm saying? So you have to apply to certain programs in order to get certain types of jobs. Now, do you not, with that already being implemented through DoorDash, inching you closer and closer to being an employee on their own?
Yeah, I could see that. I know that at least as far as the apps I do, that now Walmart kind of does something, but not really, right? Like DoorDash is straight up either you need to live in a market where it's constantly red and you can sign on whenever, or you got to be a top dasher, or you got to schedule, right? As far as I'm concerned, that's the only app I currently do that requires you to basically schedule to get on, unless you live in a crazy good market. Every other app you sign on and off as you please with no issues. You don't have to worry about anything. So that is a negative. I don't know. I think a lot of the things these companies do, is considered very shady, and it very much kind of rides the line between what we are. I don't even know what I am, to be completely honest. I don't know. I'm not an independent employee. Stop it. I don't know. I think all I know is that at the end of the year, the IRS classifies me as a 1099. I don't know what if I had to give my best guess, would be some sort of misclassified subcontractor, I guess. I don't really know. I have no idea. I think even they don't know who we are.
We'll just stick to independent employee.
Whatever makes you happy.
You know,
I think Steve is right. I think a lot of what the apps do is very politically driven, and it's like he used the word smoke and mirrors. It's kind of a good way. It's I think, and this is another reason, while we're on the subject of why I push multi-apping as hard as I do, and why I push don't, be a diamond driver or a top dasher. It's because I push having as much of your own personal freedom as you want. And to me, none of these companies care about any of us. I've said that before, and anybody that thinks these companies care about us, I'm sorry to break the news, but you're a fool. They don't. We're dispensable, and we can be replaced by 50 other people. So you have to kind of self-serve. It is what it is.
Well, then this would be my question to you. Do you think these gig tubers do you think these gig tubers care about you?
No.
So you don't think they care about you, even though they say they're out there to help you and to do this? Do you think they care about you as a gig worker?
Well, I can't speak for every single person, because there's probably thousands of gig tubers that I don't even know. But I would say, for the most part, probably not. Because I know in the end of the day, if it came down to their wallet or mine, they're not coming to save me. So, I mean, do I think that? I'm trying to say this without causing an uproar. Do I think that there are people that probably do genuinely care about others and do their content to help? Of course. There's lots of channels that do that. But there are also lots of channels that I would say are smoke and mirrors, and it's very much a self-serving thing by preaching one thing and doing another. And I'm not trying to disrespect or fight with anybody specifically, but this is why I cannot support preaching programs that are designed to lead you into employee status, i.e., whatever requires you to have a certain AR. I can't support it under any circumstances.
But even if a gig tuber is recommending you do these things, in some markets, do you not feel that those might be the things you need to be more successful in your market? So if you look at it that way, like in your market, you don't have to worry about that. So let's say you're in bumfuck Kentucky, or you're in bumfuck Kentucky, and you actually benefit from somebody saying, okay, you should do this, you should do that. You do it, it ends up benefiting you. At that point, is it not a good thing that they push those types of things to let people know that those things are out there to help other dashers that may not be in such a good situation as yourself?
I get that, and obviously I understand everything is market specific. There are plenty of people that don't have the ability to live in a market that I'm very lucky to live in, where I have a plethora of apps and I don't have to bow down to anything. And yes, I get there are people that live in a town of 50,000 people or whatever, not even 50,000, like 10,000, that they have to do certain things. I'm not shitting on that. What I'm saying is that there are a lot of people that preach one thing, but I believe that some people are doing it strictly for content. Yes, I do believe that to be true. And if that's the case, I have no problem with that. Hey, do your thing, make your money. But I believe that most people on YouTube are not directly out here to specifically help people. Some are, of course. But do I think that people are out here to be a fucking messiah and try to save the world? No. I believe they're out here to make money, just like we all are. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm not going to preach something I don't directly believe in.
Okay,
That's just me, though.
Okay, then I'm going to ask you this. As a gig worker yourself, and you see the things that are happening in certain markets and this, and you watch GigTuber. Now, I'm not going to tell you that you have to tell people what to do, but when you see GigTubers and they're talking about, I'm here to help the community, I'm here to do this, I'm here to do that, but yet they don't do anything other than make YouTube videos, bitching, complaining about shit, this and that. You as a gig worker, would you rather them, would you like to see them put their preaching into practice by, let's say, trying to implement things in their state, let's say like California, in wherever they're at? Would it show more sincerity of a gig tuber that actually went out and did things? We'll take Rideshare Professor, for example. That guy is definitely all about the drivers. He goes, he does the strikes, he does everything he possibly can to help the drivers. Now, he's like one of the only ones I ever see do that. So you as a gig worker, would that make you, how to say, be more in tune with the gig tuber if they actually showed the effort versus just talk about the effort?
Oh, 1,000%. Yes. Because anybody can come out here and talk a big game, but actions speak louder than words. And a lot of people have a lot of words with no action. And I'm including myself in that. I'm not perfect either. At the end of the day, I'm not here to shit on anybody. If somebody wants to do their content, let them do whatever they want. But one thing that I have consistently done, and I'm not really doing it so much anymore, just because it's not worth my effort and my energy. But I am not a fan of people putting out what I would consider misinformation. Now, if you're doing something to make money, hey, do your thing, make your content however you see fit. But if you're intentionally misleading people and you're doing it knowing you're misleading people, I think that's a scumbag move.
Okay. Well, that goes back to us then. If other gig tubers and gig workers themselves, do you feel that if there are specific gig tubers out there passing along poor, bad information, instead of having that mentality that, oh, they can do whatever they want if they want to do? Okay, so you don't like the fact that they're out there misleading other drivers and this and that, right?
That is 100% correct.
Okay. So do you feel that the other gig tubers out there that are passing along the good information, that know for a fact that the information these other guys are trying to sell to subscribers, do you not feel that those gig tubers have kind of a responsibility to call those certain people out on a regular basis to let people know that, hey, this dude is passing you bad information? But do you feel that that's something that gig tubers should be doing?
See, that's hard to answer though, because it's almost like saying that I have to encourage people to bash other people to get their point across. And I'm not trying to support that, but you know, if you know someone is intentionally misleading and you have the proof to back it up, and you make a video saying, hey, this is the correct way, you can do that without specifically targeting someone. You know, you don't have to go at a war with someone, because in the end of the day, no matter what I say or you say or anybody else say, people are going to watch whatever they want to watch no matter what we say. Even if I could come up here and say Roy lies to everybody, he does this, he does that.
People say that already, so don't worry about it.
But in the end of the day, there's going to be those people that go, you know what, Bobby, go fuck yourself. I like Roy because he tells me like it is. So does it really matter what I think? Because honestly, like, I'm not here to change the world. I'm not here to tell people what they should or shouldn't do. But I in my past have called people out for what I believe to be misinformation, and it didn't do me anything but cause stress and headaches. So the best way for me to handle it, I believe, is the people that I'm around and the people that want to ask me a question. You know, if I can give someone an answer to something and help them out, I'm going to. And I've had a lot of people say, oh, well, why would you help this driver in your market? Because isn't that going to take less orders away from you? And my response is, well, I'm going to get my money regardless. And I believe that if someone brings up a point to me and says, "Hey, Bobby, you do Spark a lot. How do I do this?" And if I don't tell them what they should do that's correct, I feel like I'm being a misleading scumbag, and I would rather cost myself a tiny bit of money knowing I'm going to make it up somewhere else than to just straight up lie to somebody. You know what I'm saying? I can't do it. I'm just too honest. I can't do it.
Yeah. Hey, Necro, what's up?
Just woke up, man, not long
Oh,
ago.
nothing. Look at you.
Yeah, I feel like shit.
Yeah. Take the day off, man, if you don't feel good. Shit, don't be out there working when you're sick.
No, it's just this weather changing, bro, from like
Yeah.
86, 30 back to 50. Yo, fuck.
Don't be passing the cooties on, man. Did I kick Bobby out the room? The fuck? Or did he bolt out? Oh, look, he like, Necro came. I can get out of here. He put me under fire. Let him bust Necro's balls.
Yeah, man. I mean, you guys trying to change something on like a billion fucking company, you know? It's
Yeah.
those monsters, bro. I
Yeah.
think there's a lot of shady things behind them, to be honest, but a lot of people cannot prove them. So,
Yeah.
did you watch House of Cards?
No. Bobby's
Yeah,
bad.
it's a good series.
No, I'm not saying I'm trying to change anything. 7 days, Roy, it's a bad habit. Yeah, definitely. 7 days a week is definitely.
To get back to what I was saying and kind of to respond to Ken's statement, I know he's probably doing a little bit of trolling, and that's fine. But, am I perfect? Hell no. Do I fuck up? All the time. But
Yeah,
one thing I know about myself is right, exactly. And I don't intentionally lie. I mean, do I forget stuff all the time? Yes, absolutely. Do I over exaggerate things sometimes? Hell yeah. We all do that. But do I ever intentionally lie or mislead someone? No. Even if it's at the detriment to myself, that's just the way I am. I would rather people hate me for being honest in who I am than love me for something I'm not. It's just the way I'm built.
He's the way I am. Oh, Bobby.
Yeah, well, I just think there's got to be a way to. So I don't know. I'm not trying to be the fucking crusader. I don't do.
There's always
I
a
don't
way
do.
to fix something, Roy, but
Yeah.
on the other way, you open a door to like bitch slap you, you know?
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
I have an example.
I'd be honest with you. I think there's just a lot of talk and not enough action when it comes to some of this stuff. And I get to the point where it's like, why are we constantly complaining about stuff if we're not actually willing to step up and do something about it? You know what I'm saying? That's my whole issue.
Because we cannot change it like an individual. We need like a group, you know?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. And if you have some kind of influence in the gig community where you can organize those groups and start that process, why aren't you doing that? You know what I'm saying? Versus that like Bobby says, that actually shows that you're all about what you talk. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you can talk the talk, but you don't walk the walk, what's the point of even talking about it?
But
What's
the matter of the point is, let's say Uber is $2 and DoorDash is $2.75, and instead of taking DoorDash $2.75, you're risking taking the Uber with like $8 and get tip-baited, right? Because it's better money amount. So,
but that's what I'm saying. Nobody in this gig community, from what I have seen, as long as I've been on here, has done anything about the tip baiting situation. You see what I'm saying? Nobody has done anything about the tip baiting situation.
because the companies believe the customers all the time instead of the
Yeah,
driver.
but
honestly, Roy, I don't. Sorry, go ahead.
But even if the company believes the customer, look at DoorDash. DoorDash doesn't allow it. So that's one thing DoorDash has gotten right. If you look at it, the tip baiting situation. So why hasn't anybody else like stepped up to say, hey, start having conversations with these companies. People say they do it or they don't. It is what it is. But to get a group of people together and you put it on the news or do something like that. I find it hard to believe that you can't get a news story out there because I see them all the time and shit. So I don't know. It's like people, to me, it's like the people that complain constantly. They don't make money on DoorDash. They don't do this. They don't do that. They come out here. They make videos about it all the time. Bitch, complain. They don't do that. But yet, what are they doing to solve that problem? Besides make more videos bitching over and over again. At what point what point should people listen to you as a gig tuber if all you're going to do is bitch all the time and you don't do nothing to change your situation? See what I'm saying? And it kind of goes with all the other subjects. We can talk about shitty customers all day long, pulling chips or lying to DoorDash or whatever to get free food. But if you're not doing anything to push DoorDash to change those situations other than blabbering it on YouTube, then what are you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but take Dashing Trader example. He went after them. He got deactivated. He got to him. So
no, he didn't go after the company. He went after the customers. That's a totally different situation.
Yeah, but
that's totally different situation.
It's the same thing. He was fighting for the tip. He wasn't fighting for nothing else.
But you can't confront customers like that. You can confront the company like that. Okay, let's put it this way. Would it have made maybe more of a substantial gain if Trader went after the companies like he did those customers versus going after just the customers? Would it have been more beneficial to go after that company versus the customer?
So how we can go after the company?
Well, I don't know. I'm not, like I said, I'm not the expert on it, but we have people like Rideshare Professor who goes and does these things, gets drivers together, groups of drivers together, and go out and make a difference. That's why they get what they get. Same with Seattle and all that other shit. So it can be done. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know the specifics on how it would be done, but I'm just saying. And that's why we're here, bro. It's brainstorming. What are other people's ideas on what can be done or how can something be done? You know what I'm saying?
Can be done. Can be done if you make a strike and gather all the people, but you cannot because some people need to make money, and you cannot stop them for working and striking for you. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't think you need everybody to strike to prove a point. They don't do that in California. Not every driver in California.
You need a big majority of people.
Let's see. Like, there's nothing to
maybe
do.
Maybe after 50% of dashers or whatever you want to change.
Yeah.
Maybe 50% of Uber Eats drivers, you need to change something, How are you going to get those drivers? Because it sounds like impossible.
Well, I'm just thinking there's got to be a way to do something. I don't know. And that's like I said, it's brainstorming. It's, like I said, we see everybody talk about it, but yeah, we don't see anybody actually doing anything about it. So.
Yeah, because some people were talking about making an app where are all the drivers in the app and they can go offline and online together to just crash the system, to prove a point.
See, I remember Para was doing I remember Steve and them, they were pushing this petition for some reason. I don't remember exactly what the petition was about. I would like to know what has become of that petition? Like, what has become of that petition? What's up, Marcus?
What's up, Roy? You hear me?
So, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, my camera messing up.
Yeah.
What's up, Bobby? What's up, Negro?
Yeah, what's up, Marcus?
So, like the whole reason behind the petition, what has happened with that petition? Has it just gone away, or has it been used to improve something, or I guess that's something I'd have to ask Rodeo, but you know.
Hey, we talking about.
Oh well, we were. Well, Bob. Oh shit, he disappeared. Oh, who's this? Is Bobby again?
Yeah, I was able to get in on my other phone. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. Okay, I got to remove which one? Which Bobby am I removing?
Kick the one with. There you go.
All right, cool.
Double
Yeah,
Bobby.
I switched it because
Hey, wait,
it keeps kicking me in and out.
We can hear you, but can't see you. Okay, we can see you now.
It keeps kicking me in
I
and
know
out
this damn
when
shitty. I'm
when I
trying to
do
drive
stuff.
and drive and talk.
Yeah.
Anyway, like I was saying, no, it's hard to do it on my work phone because when I do that, every time I back out, it kicks me off the app. So I'm like, let me try my other phone. It worked. I'm listening. Well, it's kind of like Alex said, right? So here's the kind of tough part. So I don't see the companies changing it unless it directly benefits them somehow, which I don't even know if it would. But I will say that it's like Alex said, it's kind of a gamble in the sense that it's like, DoorDash, in my personal experience, with the exception of, an LOP order or something, they generally just pay the shittiest as far as the recommended tips. So things like Uber, you're going to see better payouts that are just generally worth it. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to get that money. But every now and then, you're just going to get burned. It's happened to me a few times. It happens to everybody. So it's like, in the end of the day, like, most people are good people that aren't going to do that.
So in other words, what you're saying, Bobby, as a gig worker, just suck it up. We shouldn't complain about it. We should just suck it up. It doesn't happen enough for people to complain about. It's just part of doing business. Is that what you say?
No. I mean, but my thing is, I'm kind of on the aspect that if you're going to sit there and make an uproar and you're going to complain and you're going to fuss about it, have a solution. Come up with a petition. Don't just make a video and say, "Oh, this life sucks. We all just need to throw our hands in the air and fucking cry about it." Like, it's, at least have some sort of action. Like when I made my video this morning, you didn't see me throwing my hands in the air. I wasn't yelling. I wasn't screaming. I was just kind of talking about a scenario that happened just because, I hadn't made a video in a while and I kind of just wanted to, because I know there are other people that go through that shit too. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Rodney, how you doing? Jersey man, they're all on the take. Come on, for real. Everyone involved is getting cut. Where just a cognitive thing. Okay. I was just thinking that I just wanted to bring it up because it's one of those subjects that there's got to be something we can do as a group. Because, like I said, a lot of gig tubers, man. If you, in my opinion, if you're a gig tuber, you have a large audience, and you see these continual situations. How hard would it be to start a petition off your own YouTube channel? You know what I'm saying? Kind of get where I'm coming from with that. Nobody's talking.
Yeah, they can promote.
Yeah, you see, kind of like, I guess
they can promote this.
Yeah, kind of like
change,
Power did.
Yeah,
kind of like Power did with their petition. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Who knows? Well, look, see, look, I can do an emergency live stream with no drama, and look, only 11 people came in today. So what does that tell you? People love drama.
I mean, of course, but we already know this. But like I was saying, I think I was talking about it last night. I said that I get to an extent how drama brings an audience, and if we're having disagreements, people get all excited. But there's a difference between fun drama and disrespectful drama. Fun drama is us busting each other, and you tell me I'm an independent employee and blah blah blah. Not fun drama is people calling each other idiots and screaming over each other and calling each other disrespectful names. That's not cool. It's just not.
Kind of like what happened with me and Willie last night. I came in there, I was having a discussion, he cuts me off, knowing that he gets hella pissed off when you cut him off. And then I'd leave the room because I had to go do something. And then right behind, he starts talking shit behind my back when I'm not on the room. That's the kind of shit. That's some disrespectful shit right there.
See, I didn't hear that part. All I know is I stepped away and I came back and you came back in and you were yelling at Willie. I missed whatever happened in between there.
See but that's what that shit I'm talking about. It's like, you know, people get mad for shit that people do to them, but then they turn around and do it to somebody else, and then they get mad, and then it's like, oh, we'll talk shit about him when he's not in the room after he leaves. That type of bullshit. You know. But it is what it is. I guess as long as people aren't gonna I just feel there's just so much disrespect for people, and in this gig community there's such a disrespect for people and what other people have to say, and that's just I guess that's part of doing business on YouTube. You're always going to have these people that just don't have any respect for other individuals, I guess. And they've never been put in a position to have to respect others because maybe they work they're all the time, they're by themselves, they're not involved in anything other than what they do by themselves, so they don't know respect is, I guess. I don't know. It is what it is. I don't know, Bobby. I don't know what it is. No, I don't know. I think Bobby got kicked out again. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end this bad boy, and yeah. Hey, what's up, Xander? I see you. I'll go ahead and end it because everybody's having issues apparently coming in and here. There's no drama. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it. Everybody's having connection issues, it looks like. So we'll discuss this at a later time. But yeah, no drama today. I just wanted to speak on a subject because I saw Bobby do a video. So thanks for everybody coming in. I appreciate you as always. Go out there, make your money. Hopefully you don't get tip baited and all that good stuff. So you guys have a good day. I'll see you later. Probably be on Flexes. All right, cool. Bye.